This edition of MacVoices is brought to you by Drobo, smart storage that grows with you and protects what matters. Get 10% off your Drobo at drobostore.com using the offer code MV10. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is MacVoices at ShowStoppers at CES in Las Vegas. I'm here with Scott in the Plex booth to talk about Plex. Scott, it's great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much for the time.
Sure.
So Plex has evolved in so many ways. It seems to be now everywhere. Is that a fair assessment?
Sure. Basically what our vision is that Plex is a way to organize all of your personal media, no matter where you keep it, so you can enjoy it on any of your devices. So right now, we work across all iOS, Android, all PCs, Macs, as well as on Chromecast, which is a recent announcement that we made, and also on Drobos and a number of other streaming devices. We're also the 7th or 8th most watched app on Roku, depending on the day. It's been a fantastic ride, and we keep adding hundreds of thousands of users a month.
And you know, there was a time I think that Plex was the purview of the more geeky among us, and you've pushed it so much more mainstream now that I think it's fair to say it could be in almost anyone's home if they want it.
Yeah, you know, actually on the 23rd of December we launched our new website, and it was intended to basically address that. I think before it really was for that tech enthusiast, media enthusiast crowd. Now it's actually available for essentially anyone to get set up to manage all of their personal media. And so again, wherever they keep it, whether it's on a local computer, external drive, or up in the cloud, Plex basically is one window into all of that media. Is one way to look at it.
So take me through the mechanics of Plex, because you know it's easy to say all your media everywhere, but what are the actual mechanics of me going from wherever I'm storing my video files to my TV?
Sure. So if you've got most of your media stored on a computer at home, for instance, you download the free Plex media server onto that computer. And that basically allows you to stream that content, whether it's stored on that computer, a connected drive, or up in the cloud, out to all of your devices. And once you've set that up, you can actually share that server with your friends and family. So I personally share photos of my kids with my parents, and they get the most recent photos instantly by Plex.
Remotely,
correct, from their home, miles away.
Okay, so we've gone from the computer out, but now what do I do to my TV to get the video coming into the TV?
Yeah, so it depends on the TV. So if you've got a Samsung Smart TV, as well as a number of other smart TVs, there's actually an app that ships on those TVs. It's a Plex app. Otherwise, what we've done here is we've hooked up like a Mac Mini, for instance. And it's really for those folks who have a computer they can devote to their television, for instance, if they want the big screen experience. What we also have is the ability with a Chromecast to sling that content directly from your laptop or tablet or smartphone directly up to that TV.
So I'm going to have something plugged into my TV, unless it's a smart TV and comes with Plex already installed.
Correct.
Pardon me. And from there, it's just like picking a channel or picking a movie in this case to watch.
Yeah, I mean, much like we have on Roku, for instance, that's probably the easiest one. Is if you have a Roku, we're essentially a channel within Roku, and if you look at the top channels that Roku ships with, we are number 7 or 8, depends on the day. And all you gotta do is click on that, set up your computer at home. All your personal media is now streaming to your big TV.
And that's, I want to explore that for just a second, because it's kind of difficult to understand. It's a channel, but it's really an app is what it amounts to.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And then from there, it just pushes right to my TV.
Correct. It pulls it basically from that server that you've downloaded onto your computer out to your Roku or any other streaming device.
One of the most compelling things I find about Plex is the interface and the intelligent population of metadata, so that I may have a movie ripped that I never bothered to do much with as far as any of the information. You populate that, you put it up in a gorgeous interface so that it's like going to the video store, if there were video stores anymore.
We're actually really proud of the interface that we have now. These guys have been working on this for a number of years, and we've gotten to a point now where we think it looks really nice. And so basically we take that media that you have, and we make it beautiful. When we make it as if you are at a movie store or somewhere online where you actually would see some of these movies. So it's delivered, the artwork is delivered, summary, you get the ratings, you get the reviews. It's just as if you were on, a Netflix or some other device or site.
the thing that I think so much right now, everybody's into streaming, and they forget that a lot of us have DVD collections, maybe TV shows of old on DVDs that, you know, we don't want to stream those. I mean, there's no reason to use up our bandwidth. So this is a great way to do it, and especially I have a Drobo 5N, and that's been a wonderful solution because, again, all the metadata gets populated, it's all stored, and it flies across. So I don't have to wait for it, don't have to worry about who else might in the house might want to use the computer.
Yeah, I mean, the way to look at this is that we kind of unleash that media, whereas normally it's stored in a drive somewhere, or you kind of tend to forget about these sort of things. And that's essentially what we try to do, is pull it from all those locations and present it to you beautifully in a way that you want to interact with it. So much like you see here, the interaction of the user interface is actually elegant. You can walk through it, no matter where that content is, no matter what that content is, it's delivered to you nicely.
Okay, so the big one. How much is Plex?
Well, for the most part, Plex is free. If you want a Plex on a mobile device, on a tablet or a phone, you pay $4.99 for the app. And there's also some premium features that we have to offer. So, for instance, on the Chromecast I mentioned, right now it's available to our Plex Pass subscribers. And what we do is on big things like that, we make that available first to our Plex Pass users. After a period of time, then that is made available to all of our users. We also have features like Plex Sync, where basically you take any of the content that you have, any of your media, and you can sync it to your local product. So if you're going on a flight, you can sync your movies from your Drobo onto your laptop, and you pick and choose those things that you want to sync locally to that device. That's a Plex Pass premium feature. We've got a few other premium features as well. For the most part, many people use our free service.
I hope you figured out a way to make money from this, because I want Plex to be around for a while.
We're doing just fine.
Okay, good. I'm relieved.
As I mentioned, we've got millions of users across the globe. We're adding hundreds of thousands of users, and a percentage of those are signing up for these Plex Packs premium features.
Good. All right, then I feel better.
Good. So do we.
Yeah. So, aside from going and finding apps in the obvious places, where's the best place to go and get a central location for information about Plex?
Yeah, so again, as I mentioned, our site was recently redone. So Plex.tv is our new site, and it does a much better job of explaining what Plex does and the benefits of Plex. Also, we've unified what was formerly known as Plex Web. So there's now one destination to go where you can actually launch your experience, your Plex experience, from that site, as opposed to going to a few different sites.
Scott, I really appreciate the time. It's a great product. I love it. I hope you continue to develop it and make it even better.
We appreciate your time.
Good to see you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll have more from CES at ShowStoppers in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices.
Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, app.net, Google+, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date with all the latest MacVoices news from our front page or at MacVoices.com/newsletter. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at BackbeatMedia.com.